My name is Leroy. After 2 weeks of Miller Ford having my truck in their shop and give me continued excuses, I decided to go there. And I decided to go back to the shop and see what was going on. The service manager's name was Mr. Tim Uray. And then, of course, they had his top diesel mechanic working on my rear differential. I went back in there in the where my truck was at. Up under my truck was this rear differential sitting there. And well, as you can see in the picture, it looks like that oil is burnt. It looked like that rear end is burned up. November the 2nd, when I went back there in the shop, look at the dirt on that those gears and in there. They got it all greased up, ready to go in my truck. Now I showed these pictures, excuse me, to Mr. Tim, service manager. He looked me straight in the eye. He says, those are all new gears. That's all new gears. Well, anyway, I gave him a chance to clean up his act when I showed him them pictures, and they didn't do it. That's the same rear end they put in my truck and charged me $2,600.93, $2,693.96. That's what they charged me for all new gears. And when I complained about it, Mr. Tim says, well, he said, hey, looky here, I'm giving you a 2-year warranty. He wrote it down, put his name in there and everything. And you say, well, what's my problem? They give me a 2-year warranty. The problem is most rear ends last a long time. They don't just go out like an engine does. Anyway, I paid for the bill. I get my truck back, and at 73.4 miles, I decided to drain the oil. Here's the plug, check plug in the front of the differential. Look at all the metal that's stuck in it. That's a magnet plug, and it picks up all the metal. Here's what the oil looked like when I drained it. Look at that metal in there. You believe that? Now I'll be a monkey's uncle if that's $100 worth of clean new oil. I don't believe it. I don't think you're going to believe it. But anyway, and you can see that's the same rear end at November the 2nd. This is November the 10th. That's the same rear end they put back in my truck. Take a look at these gears. They look like brand new gears or something come from a junkyard. Look at that. That looks like all burnt, embedded in those gears. After I drained all the oil out, I took a rag and wiped out the bottom of that differential. Look at them big old chunks of metal there. They must have had a good laugh at my expense. And while they're eating high on the hog, I'm eating bologna and pork and beans. Now, that don't make sense to me. When I took the truck to them, I had a couple of codes on the engine. And I told them I really didn't want my engine worked on at that time. But after I changed the oil and everything here, guess what I found? 13 codes on my engine. Now, I don't know how long that engine's going to run, if it'll break down right away, but if it breaks down, that engine breaks down and I'm walking, I'll make a video on that engine and all the codes and stuff they dumped on me. Whatever they did, I don't know. They're the professionals. But anyway, I can't believe what these people did to me. See, in that warranty, 2-year warranty, well, they put this junkyard rear end in it, and it looked to me like it's burned up. You rock the wheel, and that spider gears, and looked like a pinion in there jumping up and down. Of course, I don't show it here, but then I held the flashlight, and I got the video, but anyway, that gears are jumping up and down in there, so I don't know, they put the rotten bearing in there or what's going on, but it's a junkyard rear end is what it is. But see, they give me a 2-year warranty, so that means they're collecting off of me, and they're collecting off of Ford Motor Company. That, I doubt if this rear end will last 2 years, so they're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Collect from me and then collect from Ford Motor Company for rebuilding that rear end. That's pretty slick. That's real slick. I'm sure Ford Motor Company will be real proud of them for setting them up like that. You know, I'm kind of sick and tired of businesses getting away with this kind of crap. You can file complaints with the Federal Trade Commission. You can go to the police. I haven't done that here, but I've done it in the last few years in other places, and I know what the end results are. They tell you that's a civil matter. So what do you say? If you're a dumbass like me, you say, well, what do you mean a civil matter? Well, that means you got to go get a lawyer to sue them. So you go talk to a lawyer. And then the lawyer says, I need $3,000 as a retainer to get started. And it's not hardly worth that much because you're not trying to collect that much. So you're going to be losing money. Well, they got you right by the yin-yang. The businesses know it. The police refuse to do anything. It's a civil matter with them too. So what the hell do you do? I mean, really, when you get this kind of a rotten behavior, businesses treat you this way, what do? I mean, really. You're just taking it in the shorts. And then they get mad at you if you say anything like, you're the SOB, not them. Well, I'm a stubborn old man, and my money's hard to come by. And like I say, well, they're living high on the hog. I'm eating bologna and pork and beans, and I don't like that when I'm treated this way. But it continues all the time. Everywhere you go, you seem to get some kind of a rotten behavior from some business that thinks they can get away with something. Anyway, I'll see what I can do about this problem. But if that engine quits me, I'm going to make another video.